Hello, everybody. Welcome to Little John's Yarn. I'm Alicia. If this is your very first time here, what we usually like to do is talk about all things crochet and sip a little bit of wine. Since Mother's Day is coming up soon, I decided to pick out 10 crochet flower related patterns that you can use in the upcoming weeks. But before we get to that, let me tell you, today is a pretty rainy day here near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it's not too cold. It's a pretty nice day. So let me know what's going on with you. What time is it? Where you're at? What part of the world are you in? And tell me, what are you up to? For me, this morning has been a rough morning to get started. You ever have one of those days where you have complete brain fog and you just can't function correctly? It's definitely one of those days. I must not have had enough sleep last night. I don't know, but this morning I just laid in the bed just entirely too long and did not want to move. I was even thinking about canceling this live stream, but I didn't. While laying in the bed, I set it up and get everything going. So I hope this live stream will be interesting. Forgive me if I'm a little bit off kiltered. Sorry, but I'm going to try to function for today. So I got my wine and I'm ready. Hmm. Let's see, we already had a couple people here early. I got to see Georgetta and Recollected Goods. Hello, ladies. Oh, we got somebody here from Australia. What time is it? What is the time zone math we're at right now? Shelly, I'm a little bit tired, a little bit worn out, just a pinch. Cleaning out my emails, way overdue. I just like my emails to sit there. I think I have a total of like 13,000 emails in my inbox. I just never delete them. Oh, my fave, Leanne. Good evening from the Netherlands. It's well, hold on, I gotta do the now I have to do the time math. That is 9 o'clock? No, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock here for me. And it is 63 degrees. It's a beautiful day. What's up, Lisa? Carrie, it's 4 a.m. Sunday. You're already at tomorrow for us. I walked dogs, done laundry, few hours of YouTube and crochet before I go cleaning to a cleaning job and grocery shopping. Ugh, busy day ahead. What are you, it's 4 a.m. and you've already done so much. That's insane. You are way better than me. Hello from Philly. Who else do we have here? Caitlin from Texas and Patty. Hello from New York. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. I appreciate it so much. Like I said, I've been trying to get back on schedule. I had took off a month 2 weeks ago, but now I'm back on it. And next week, I'm going to have my favorite person here in the whole entire world. I'm going to have Miss Karen V. Miguel. She'll be here co-hosting my live with me. I'd rather have a second person with me live because sometimes I'm like, what are we going to talk about? But all right, so we're going to hop directly into this roundup. Remember, we're going to be looking at 10 crochet flower related patterns. All of these patterns are absolutely free. If you don't want to hear me talk, they're all linked down in the description box below so you can go directly to them. But before I get to the patterns, I always like to ask you a question first. We'll start out with a very simple question. You guys know I love to drink wine. What is your favorite drink? For those who drink adult beverages, tell me what your favorite alcoholic beverage is. If you don't, let me know what is your favorite drink in general. If you love tea or something like that, let me know. Oh, and before you do, make sure you put question marks in front of it so I know to bring your question to the front so I can show everybody what you're talking about. All right, so let's hop into the very first pattern, which is, let's see if I got these all lined up correctly. Where's my script? Oh, my script, I can't, where is it? All right, number one, this is called the simple flower applique. The classic rose shape is much easier to make than you think, and you don't need very much yarn either. All you need to know is how to do single and double crochet stitches. The best part about this rose, you can make it in all sorts of colors. The designer of this pattern is Truly Crochet. These great little appliques go great on hats, slippers, whatever you want. If you have like a plain crochet pattern, add a flower pleat. It makes everything so much better. And quick note, am I saying applique right? I always say words wrong, which I'm not used to saying out loud. I'll read these words and say it in my head, but I never have to read them out loud until I'm like reading the script in front of you guys. So comment down below if I'm saying it right. And if I'm saying it wrong, could you write it phonetically in the comments? All right. So the next pattern, this is called the flower earrings. These are all simple names. Small crochet flower patterns make the most adorable little earrings, especially with additions of shiny bead center. The pattern calls for single, half double, and double crochet stitches. It's available in both video and written formats, and it comes from one of my favorite YouTubers, Nastasia. So make sure you check those patterns out. All right. The question that I asked you, what is your favorite drink? My favorite drink, I love adult beverage. I love, of course, wine. I like Pinot Noir. I like red wine. I like a Merlot. That's always tasty. And my favorite just regular drink, hot chocolate all the time. I'll drink a hot chocolate every single morning. Most people, they wake up and have a coffee or something to get their day going. For me, it's hot chocolate. And I just realized where that habit started. During the pandemic, when my son was home from school, we would set up like a workstation. And each morning I would heat up him a hot chocolate and myself. And it's just like we were coworkers drinking coffee in the morning, but we were actually drinking hot cocoa in the morning. But once he went to school, I continued to drink hot chocolate every morning. I feel like my day hasn't started without it. So those are my two favorite drinks, wine, Merlot, and what I say, Pinot Noir. So those are my two favorites. All right, so let me start from the bottom and see what yours is. Ooh, a Moscato Shelly. Nice. Annette. I love to drink ginger tea and cappuccino. I haven't had a ginger tea in forever. The only reason why I know about ginger tea, my daughter was a tea connoisseur and she always liked to make yummy, delicious teas. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for a pronunciation of applique. Let me look at yours phonetically. Applique. Oh, applique. I've been saying it wrong. Applique. We got another one. Applique. Okay. I'm going to try to stick it in my head. You guys always help me so much with my pronunciations. What was the word? About 2 years ago, I could never say it. Amigurumi. That word I used to butcher so much. It was horrible. Hmm. Okay. We got some more. Thank you for your help. Recollected goods. Dr. Pepper is one of my favorite drinks. I actually bought one of those this morning. Haven't had a Dr. Pepper in so long. What flavor is that? Isn't it 20 something flavors in one drink? Or am I thinking Baskin Robbins ice cream? I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Look at that, Deanna being our healthy girl. A cold glass of water. It's probably what I need, but shh. Who's twins? Are you my alcoholic twin? Let's see. Trina. She says, my favorite is vodka and cranberry juice, as well as Armored Palmer tea. Vodka and cranberry juice is the typical lady drink. If I'm happy to buy a mixed drink, if I go out, it's always vodka, cranberry, absolutely. Just something simple with absolute vodka, nothing fancy. Cynthia, also wine, red, Cabernet. Mountain Dew, that's so sugary. I can't lie. I try not to drink it too much because I just know it's super sugary, but still, like a little kid, it's tasty. Mine is orange soda, or since I'm from Pittsburgh, mine is orange pop. Another thing, do you guys say pop or soda? It lets me know what type of region you're from. We got another Mountain Dewer. Let's see. Okay, we're probably going to hop back into this. We'll see Carrie's. I can't even. How you pronounce that? Seven. I can't pronounce the word. but I can't drink it anymore. It hurts my stomach, LOL. So coffee, I guess. Nothing wrong with coffee. Coffee's like gasoline. It'll get you going in the morning. Not for me, I'm cocoa, but coffee, some people just need it. All right, so we're going to hop back into this roundup, but I would also like to send out a little reminder if you would like to help support my channel. You can always help support my channel by donating via Super Chat. You'll see a little $sign in the comment section. When you click on that and donate, you'll get to see the bubbles. They're here. They'll blow this way, and I always point the wrong way, and the lights will blow. The lights are actually located in my plant. I usually have it sitting up here to my planting. I like the way it looked when it lit up, so I'm just leaving it there. And after that, you'll get to spin the wheel of patterns. All right, so let's hop directly back into this roundup. All these patterns are free and are linked down in the description box if you don't want to hear me talk. So the next question for you, I think I've asked this before, but I always love to hear everybody's response, and it might be your first time here. What is the best thing that you've ever created? Something that you're like, I'm proud of this. This is what I made. So, what is the best thing you've ever stitched up and created? Before you comment, make sure you put question marks in front of it so I know to bring it to the front. All right, guys. So, let's hop directly back into this roundup. We did that one. Let me X that out, X this one out. And we are on number 3, flower crochet bracelet. Hold on. Did I share my screen? Yes, I did. I'm always scared I'm not sharing my screen. Demonstrate your flower power prowess with a cute and colorful crochet flower bracelet. It may look complicated, but it's actually made using just single crochet stitches. You can adjust the size of the band by adding or subtracting flowers. The designer of this pattern is Petals to Picot. That's another word I mess up. Picot, Picot stitch. Yes, I think it's Picot. Okay, Petals to Picot. So remember, check out this designer and check out this pattern. The next pattern is called Flower Power Crochet Wallflower. Man, these titles have me completely tongue twisted. All right, you can crochet this stunning flower as big or as small as you like. Just stop crocheting when you reach the size that you like. The pattern calls for single, half double, and double crochet stitches. A flat circular base is worked first in back loops only, and then you crochet flower petals using the available front loops. The designer of this crochet pattern is Crochet 365 Knit 2. Beautiful, wait, guess what I'm going to say it? Beautiful appliques, not appliques, applique. I got it right this time. All right, so I asked, what is the best thing you've ever created? The best thing I've ever created is actually not, okay, I'll go first. It's not anything intricate. I've made big things and some things that are complicated, especially when I was doing custom orders. But my favorite pattern is my twisted crochet cloche hat. It's not a complicated hat. It's just the way the brim twists. I love the way it looks. It has a very Agent Carter, Humphrey Bogart look to it. Okay, we're going to go on a field trip. Let's see, hold on. Field trip so we can see this hat. YouTube. See if we can find it. Maybe it's under Twisted Cloche Crochet. Let's see if my come up. How's my SEO? There it is. This hat is one of my favorite patterns. Just the way it dips over top of the eye. It's not complicated. Actually, people get stuck on this pattern. There's one stitch that throws everybody off. But once you get the stitch, once you catch on to it, it's easy breezy. I think I had to do this twice because yeah, I did do it twice. Here's another version of it. All right. So, what is the best thing that you ever created? I'll start from the bottom this time. Cynthia, I started crocheting only 5 years ago. So I make an Afghan for each stitch I learn. Then I give them to family members. That is awesome. I think anybody who makes Afghans, you get a virtual high five because whoo, that's a lot. Kelly, a poem that was on a pamphlet at my cousin's funeral. As the crochet at as for crochet, I made a baby blanket with a large matching amigurumi jellyfish for my little grand. She loved it. And so you're crafty and you write poems. Cheers to excuse my lipstick stain, but cheers to you. Mm. A classy lady tip that well, actually, this isn't classy. You should always hold your wine cup by the bottom so you're not overheating the glass. But if you wear lipstick, always drink from the same side of the cup so you don't have like a gross ring of lipstick all the way around. So hold from the bottom, drink from the same side so you don't get your cup all gross. Okay, where am I? Cynthia, favorite non-crochet item, Game of Thrones dragon egg. Hold on. Your favorite non-crochet item? Do you have like a Game of Thrones egg? It's nifty. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right. The crochet Rihanna dress for my birthday, daughter's birthday. Another virtual high five. I like that. Carrie, I haven't created my best thing yet. Well, you have goals, and I'm sure you have. Whatever you create is amazing. People don't realize how amazing crochet is. When I was selling my crochet, somebody said, "Oh, I would never pay that much." I'm like, "Why not?" I make every individual stitch by hand, which is smaller than a half an inch, a couple centimeters big. And somebody can make a full blanket out of that. That is skill and time. So I'm sure you've made beautiful things before. So don't discredit yourself. Leanne, my fave. That's so hard to choose. I think my crochet dress is a fun stitch from Carrie Carnival. Carnival. I think I said that right. And my knitted cable sweater that I designed myself. Ooh, I don't know if you already showed that, but Leanne, you know, at the very end of this, I like people to send whatever they're working on to my email because I would love to see those. Flower handbag. And Caitlin says, the best thing I've ever created was a pineapple peacock shawl in a full circle. I've been wanting to make a circle shawl. It's hanging up in my room on a wall right now. That would be beautiful wall art. You know what else I want to make that would be great wall art? You ever mandalas, but on like a crochet, not a crochet, on a hula hoop. I want to make just a huge one. I made one years ago for my daughter. Ooh, that had to be at least 7 years ago. But it got all old and it wasn't like super pretty. It was just something I made quickly. Speaking of daughter, this is my daughter. The plate I colored for you in the first grade. That was the most beautiful piece of art, Miss Jada Marie. This is my wonderful, awesome daughter. Right now, she is away at college doing grown-up stuff and being cool. Oh, and my daughter, I got to tell a story about my daughter. Okay, Jada, I'm about to embarrass you all online with my little crochet friends. Daughter, she's 22, and it's still weird that she is 22. I had this margarita mix, this drink sitting in my room forever. My friend bought me for my birthday back in October. I never opened it. It was just sitting there. I'm like, I don't have my blender. That blender was gone in a divorce as part of the 50-50. But regardless, I'm like, I'm not going to make any margaritas. She comes over, she picks up the margarita mix and she's like, ooh, does this got tequila? I'm like, I didn't even know tequila was in there. What are you doing knowing about tequila and margarita mixes? You're just a toddler, a 22-year-old toddler. Jada, stop growing up. No, but everybody, she's a good girl. Oh, Sarah, thank you. The one, how to Sauvignon. Sauvignon, Sauvignon. Those are two words I learned today. Sauvignon and applique. Got it. Okay, this was the pop soda debate. Carrie, she says pop in New York. We say pop in Pittsburgh. We got a soda drinker. Oh, Carrie, we say fizzy drink or soft drink. Carrie, where are you from? I know this is all regional. Fizzy drink or soft drink. Where's that from? I don't know. Okay, fizz drink. And my daughter again, but maybe I just say pop because you're my mom. Maybe, I don't know. There's another one, in Pittsburgh, no shopping carts, we call them buggies here. Like, "Oh, go grab me a buggy so I can go shopping." Not everybody calls them buggies. That's another weird one. We got some more pops. Pop, pop. Vicky, your favorite drink? They have a strawberry cream now. I wonder if it's good. Strawberry cream Dr. Pepper. Hmm, sounds pretty tasty. All right. So now we are going to hop once again back into the roundup. And remember, if you're watching via Facebook, you can always help donate via stars. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can always donate via super chat. And when you do, you'll get to spin the wheel of patterns. Our next question. I've asked this one before, but I've always loved it. Have you broken any crochet rules before? Let me try to give you an example. Not using the recommended hook size, or not doing the recommended chain counts, or how are some of the crochet rules that you have broken that you prefer to do it your way? Before you comment, make sure you put question marks in front so I know to bring it to the front. All right, so back into the roundup. We did this one. We did that one, and we are here. This is our number 5, the crochet flower Athena. A pretty 2-color flower like this one is perfect for adding a little something extra to a plain pillow or hat if you use it as an applique. I said it right this time. I bet you could use tongue twister. I bet that you could also use this design for a unique coaster. The pattern calls for single, half double, and double crochet stitches. The designer of this pattern is Blue Raindrop. Any extra pictures for that? I've seen this in a couple different colors. Here's some more different colors. Okay. Next pattern. Oh, I love granny squares. This is our number 6 pattern. Flower Granny Square. Add a crochet flower to the center of a granny square and you've got yourself a building block that can be used for a number of projects. You can make this crochet flower, you can make it a crochet flower blanket, a bag, or maybe even a cardigan. The pattern uses single, half double, and treble crochet stitches. The designer of this pattern is Color in Cream. This is cute. I would make this into a cardigan. What do you think? Not a sweater for me, a cardigan, something simple. Oh, love it, step-by-step tutorial. All right. The question that I just asked. What are some of the crochet rules that you break? I'll go first. My favorite crochet rule to break. Oh, hold on, let me grab something to, my dress is a little short. When I'm making granny squares, something like this, you know how when you make it to the corner or when you seam your stitch, you're supposed to slip stitch over into the next corner. I don't. I just kind of turn it and work back into the same stitch. I'll put 3 stitches back into that where I slip stitch to join. You're not supposed to, but I just like it that way. Another thing that I do, instead of when I start a new row, let's say the new row is a double crochet. The professional way to do it, you chain 3, which is the height of a double crochet, and that chain 3 counts as a stitch. Nope, I'll chain 1 and then start my double crochet. I used to chain 2 and start a double crochet, but it made it too thick. It made it look like there was 2 stitches into the stitch. So I decided to just chain 1 and put a double crochet, or I do a standing double crochet stitch. It's like stacking 2 single crochets on top of each other. That makes the most smooth, perfectly aligned edges. If you're ever making blankets and you're wondering why your edges kind of look wobbly and bumpy, Do the standing crochet stitch for double crochets. It makes everything perfectly evened out. What is another thing? A rule I break: when you do a foundation chain and when you come back on the second row, let's say we're doing single crochets across that chain, you're supposed to go through 2 loops of the chain when you're single crocheting. Just pick up one. It's just easier for me because sometimes when I pick up, even though it looks neater when it's done, when I pick up 2 loops, it starts bunching my work and I don't like it. So I just fix that bunchy, that weird edge afterwards on the border. So those are the rules that I break. Let me start from the bottom. Let me see you crochet rule breakers. Kelly, I usually chain one. We're on the same level. I usually chain 1 or 2 because I don't like the gap of the chain 3. I hate that. And it's like an alternating bubble. Because on this way you got to chain 3, then on this way you got to chain 3. I don't like the way it looks. Yeah. Carrie, I don't chain, I single crochet, then another single crochet into the same one. Oh, it's called stacking. Yeah, or the standing crochet. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those single crochet on top of a single crochet, it looks better than the chain 1 double crochet. It looks so much better than those other alternatives. Guys, check it out. If you want to find mine, I think I did some good ranking one on YouTube. How, crochet straight edges every time and type in my name and you'll get a tutorial for that. Oh, random Lisa. Me too. I always looked a little sideways. Kobe, granny stitch life hack. Turn the granny square at the end of the round. You get a space to immediately crochet in and it prevents vortexing. Yes, that's kind of, no, I don't turn. It's like I'm crocheting back a stitch. I shouldn't be, but that's probably a better way to do it. Just turn it so it wouldn't be kind of twisted. Nice tip. Hello. Let's see. A. Libert. Hello from Spain, everyone. Practicing English, listening and learning about crochet. What? That's a productive Saturday. I feel like I'm doing something illegal. Hanging out with us is pretty fun. You don't need to be productive. I'm not being productive. Drinking wine. Have some fun. Eclectic Girls, my friend, my best crochet buddy who knows everything about, I can't say she knows everything. I think she knows everything, but she's an antiquarian. I think I said that right. She loves crochet history and she's always learning more. I don't think of them as rules anymore, more like guidelines or suggestions. You know, well, you're right. When what was that class to be a crochet teacher? I think it's from the Craft Yarn Council. They were teaching the correct way to do things, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want to do it your way. Random Lisa, 2 pieces would always be amazing. 2 pieces for what? Forget. All of them. Different needles, different count. Wait, all of them. All of them. I got it. Different needle, different count, different stitch. Know what? You do what works for you. Sometimes, like Reflected Good says, they're guidelines. You do what works best. When you're a crocheter, you can feel like this would be better for me, and I think it would look better. Do it. Hey, what's up, Virgie? How you doing? I break rules all the time, especially if you do a color pulling project. You can even change the hook randomly to get the pattern right. Makes sense. Thank you. Shelly says, not using the recommended crochet hook, using different size yarns. I do that also. And it's not because I'm following a special pattern that says get the correct gauge. This is a pattern I'm creating myself. Let's say I'm using a worsted weight yarn. Some worsted weight, I'm sorry, it's not worsted weight. Worsted weight yarn is not a weight. Medium number 4 weight yarn. Whenever I'm using a 4 weight yarn, and it'll recommend a 5 millimeter crochet hook. Sometimes those medium weight yarns, they're thin. I'm like, this is a 4 hook, completely number 4. If I just want that tighter fabric, I'll drop the hook size. Julie, hook size, it depends on if I like what look. Hook size, it depends on if I like what looks like, if I like what it looks like, because I'll pull it out and start again. You ever crochet so much and have nothing done? Crochet for like 2 hours and still be on row 2 because you keep frogging? Don't like that. Cynthia says, broken rules all the time. A good border hides many sins. That's what I'm talking about. A border fixes everything. Actually, for the non-crocheters, most people can't see the mistakes that you're making. All right. Leanne, well, my road gaze is always off and I can't get it right. Luckily, I'm good with numbers and do some math and make up for my gauge. That's different than the pattern. Wow, I know everybody can't, but I sometimes get people requesting if they find one of my patterns and it's made for an adult. They'll say, how do you make this for a child? Crochet is all math, and sometimes I can't explain it in a YouTube comment. I would need to rewrite the pattern, but if you know crochet math, you can adjust any pattern. Let me try to give you a hint. Let's say we're doing a crochet slipper, and every 2 stitches you increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2. Let's say that's for size small. If you want to go up a size for a size medium, I would do 1, 2, 3, and then increase. It's like crochet math. It's weird. Hope that makes sense. All right, so we are going to hop back into this. Let me see where we're at on our round up. Close that one. We are on, oh my goodness, did I ask you guys all the questions? No, I didn't. Number 7. All right, so the next question that I'm going to ask you before we get back into this roundup, what is your least favorite yarn? What yarn you can't stand to work with? And why can't you stand to work with? Before you comment, make sure you put question marks in front of it so I know to bring it to the front. Let me take another sip. Uh-oh, have I been drinking around my cup? No, I'm still keeping it on the one side, but all my fingerprints are on it. Don't look. All right, where are we? Number 7, the flower motif. There's just something so satisfying and sweet about this little flower motif. It's the perfect size for a drink coaster, or you can use it to adorn an otherwise plain project. You'll be using single, half double, and double crochet stitches for this one. The designer of this pattern, she has such a cute name, Sweet Potato 3. I wonder why she called herself Sweet Potato 3 and not Sweet Potato 2 or 1 or plain old sweet potatoes. Maybe there's so many sweet potatoes in her family. See, I would use this as a coaster, definitely a coaster. How cute is that? That'd be a nice Mother's Day gift. All right. Pattern number 8, flower power flip flops. I didn't know that I needed flowers on my flip-flops, and so I started writing out this post for these crochet patterns. But now I have to admit, this is totally cute. All you need to know is how to do single, half double, and double crochet stitches. The designer of this pattern is Creation Crochet. This is one of those patterns where I'm like, no, I would never wear it. And the more I look at it, the more to think, this is so cute. I am just weird enough to walk around with crochet flip-flops that look like these. These are so adorable. Oh, I like the one color. So you can add, oh, you can put as many flowers you want on them. No, I'm going all out. I'm going multiple different colors. And bless her heart, she has nice feet. I know this is weird to say. I never put my feet on camera. Okay, guys, I've done this many times before. I am about to pull out my favorite feet. Where are they? Mm. I never use myself as a model when I do crochet slippers or anything. I use my favorite foot. Everybody always gets so freaked out when they see sorry, my foot is dirty. It's covered in fuzz. Let me cover my face. There we go. Look how weird that is. And the toes are like, I lost a fingernail. I need to buy a new toenail. Came off. When I was ordering these, I told this story before. It was so hard to order silicone feet because you have to be very, very careful. Because I guess people have foot fetishes. And some of the feet that I seen had like weird holes in the part of the foot for a male appendage to fit in it. And it was like, oh my gosh, people are little much. But since I'm showing fake appendages, I even got hands. Want to see my fingers? I haven't pulled these out. I don't even model with these anymore because I'm like, they look too fake. High five. But yeah, look at that. Weird hands. I got an itch. Luckily, when I was searching for hands, there weren't any like creepy hands or anything like that. But look how they wiggle. I think the feet look so much more real than the hands. That's why I don't use them. They're weird. All right. So I already forget. What was the question that I asked? Oh, what is your least favorite yarn? All right. This, for me, I'll go first. My least favorite is also one of my favorites yarns at the same time. All right. So my least favorite yarn is Caron Simply Soft. But it's also one of my favorite yarns because I love the way it drapes. I would say the least because it is split city. Every time I use that yarn, my crochet hook just splits everything and it makes me so mad. So that's why I can't stand it. But I love the way items work up with it. I love the way shirts and sweaters work up with it. I love using it for like hats because it's not that scratchy material. It's a mercerized yarn, so it has like a luster and sheen to it. I like it. But you guys all know the alternative that I use now instead of Caron Simply Soft. I use from crochet.com. It's called Mighty Stitch Bulky Yarn, or they have bulky yarn and worsted weight yarn, but their bulky yarn is not bulky. It's more worsted weight. So I use their bulky yarn as the worsted weight yarn. Okay, another field trip. Don't leave me. I'm bringing them both out so you can see the textures of the both. I bring these out before, but this is the Caron Simply Soft Split City, and this is the Mighty Stitch yarn. It has like let me get my face out of the camera so I can zoom. It has like this beautiful luster and it's much thicker and it has like a bounce to it. This is just all drape. This is just like crocheting with butter. It's soft, got that luster, that shine to it that I absolutely love. Okay, let's see. What is the yarn that you guys absolutely hate? Let me scroll down. And remember, guys, if you'd like to help support my channel, you can always do that via Super Chat and you'll get to spin the wheel of patterns. Carrie, I've never met a yarn that I didn't like. I've met sometimes when I go to the Goodwill and I'll see like a really old discontinued yarn from who knows how long ago, it'll have that scratchy feel. Maybe that. Hey, Lori Murphy, you get a cheers. Long time no see. I agree about the Caron Simply Soft. It's so frustrating. It's such a here's a little peek. It's so beautiful to look at. I love the colors. I love what it looks like. I love the drape, but that's splitting. Hate it. Kelly says, I also hate Caron crystal cakes. That stuff is almost impossible to frog. Oh, what's another tough frog one? It's by Red Heart. It's like a roving yarn. I can't think of the name. That's very hard to frog, but it's so pretty. Vicky says, I made a meerkat by Robin. We love Robin. And my daughter got me scrubby yarn for the tail. I hated it, killed my hands. I don't think I have scrubby yarn, but I don't think I've ever worked with scrubby yarn before. Hmm. Deanne, why? What do you use them for? Oh, you talking about my feet? Or is if that's what you're talking about, what I use them for, I use them for modeling when I'm making YouTube videos or making patterns. If my hands aren't done and I know my toes aren't, I just don't feel like my toes on camera for the world is my type of thing. I'll show my hands, but my feet are my feet. So I bought some feet so I don't have to worry about getting my feet right before I take a picture or Photoshop them. Can you paint her toenails? I think so. But one of the toenail, come on, focus, focus, focus. There we go. This toe, wait, where is it at? It's completely gone. It's more like skin. It looks like it has hairy feet. Look at that. But the hair is just stuck from the slipper. I should paint her toenails. Make it cute, like red toenails. Hmm. Happy to Hook Creations. Hey, what's up? I really don't care for super fuzzy yarns. I tend to freak out when I use it and the fibers come off. Drives me crazy. Like the little and it gets stuck to you and stuck to other places. And once again, when you frog it, eh. What are you talking about? What's giving you Dexter vibes? Let me put this finger back right. My appendages. Yeah, they are pretty weird, very weird. Deanne, working with black yarn, made a beautiful amigurumi zebra, and when it came to crocheting black, eek. I remember when I first started crocheting. Oh, as we go through these, the next thing that I'm going to ask you so you can get it ready early, if you'd like to send me anything that you're working on right now and send it to my email. Let me type it in here, littlejohnsyarn@gmail.com. Did I type my name right? Email me what you're working on because after these next two last patterns, we're going to go into my email and look at all the stuff that you're working on and send it to me, all your works in progress, all that wonderful stuff. But black yarn, I remember my first couple YouTube videos when I was new to YouTube, I was using black yarn. I realized nobody can see the stitches. And when I took the final picture for like the thumbnail, you couldn't really see the details because everything was black. So I've learned for YouTube, I can't touch black. It's just no. Cynthia, I thought I hated scrubby yarn, but then I double stranded it with a regular cotton yarn, and now I've embraced it. Is this a tip? This is a tip. Oh, that makes so much sense. So you get like the cleaning and the scrubby power all at the same time. Nice. Genius, Cynthia. I like it. Cotton yarn. It's hard to pull in through the chains. Yes, there's something so dry about cotton yarn. Not all cotton yarn, but let's say the what's this sugar and cream or peaches and cream, but you guys know the whatever and cream yarn. It's just a real dry crochet, and I don't like to crochet with it. There's many people when I used to make more clothes, they're like, I can't use the whatever type of yarn. I only crochet clothes with cotton. I'm like, all my clothes aren't made of cotton and I'm not sweating to death. I always made close crochet apparel before I discovered this yarn in Care Simply Soft because I love the way it drapes. I love the way it shines and it didn't feel hot on me. Yes, it's acrylic, but it didn't feel hot. It felt okie dokie. Kelly, any roving yarn. Who knows the roving yarn from Red Heart? Okay, any roving yarn is just not right. It's perfectly normal, and then all of a sudden I have this thin stretch of yarn in my hand, and I don't get it. Yes. Okay, you're working with this beautiful roving yarn, just like she says, and all of a sudden it's like this little skinny piece. Like it throws off the look of your blanket. I guess it gives your blanket or whatever you're working on more texture, something different. but I like a little consistency in my yarn. And sometimes that roving yarn is not consistent. Leanne, I don't have a specific type, just yarn that splits easily or isn't smooth to crochet with. Cotton and Karen Simply Soft. Wool makes me itch. Oh, you got a wool allergy. Annette, wool, very bad allergies. Lori, thank you. That is the red heart yarn. That's roving. That's beautiful, but you don't want a frog. Red heart, unforgettable. It's so pretty in color, but does not frog easily at all. Lori, we're on the same page because that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, we'll do a couple more, see like four more, and then we'll go into the last two of the roundup and we'll wrap this up. Bailey says 25% wool, 75% acrylic. It always split. I just wish it was 100% one way or the other. When it's 75-25, it always split. I didn't know that. I had to go through my yarn and see if that's true. I mean, I'm not saying you're a liar, but I just got to test it out for myself. I didn't realize that. Shelly says, thin yarn, too time consuming. Same. Terry, scrubby yarn, I can never see the stitches. Sometimes that furry yarn, I have trouble seeing stitches. Or, am I pronouncing this right? I'll call it boucle. Is it boucle yarn? You know, like the homespun yarn? That's always hard to do stitches. If I'm crocheting with that, I'm doing not looser, it's not lacy, but it's, let's say, double crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. Double crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. It's like a block stitch, something where I can feel my way through it. And the last one, Kelly says, I agree. Some yarns are definitely not the correct weight for the label. All right. So now we are going to go into the last two patterns of this roundup. And before I do, I'm not going to ask you a question. Is there anybody out there that have something amazing that you're working on and you want to show off to the world? Email me right now at littlejohnyarns@gmail.com. My email address is down in the description box. I will type it one more time in the comments. Little, can't spell my name, yarn at gmail.com. Did I type my name right? All right. So email me. What are you working on? So let's do these last two patterns of the roundup. We did that one. And this. Can we get a close-up picture? There we go. This one is called the flower hairband. Don't spend all day making a daisy chain that will wilt overnight when you can make one out of yarn instead. The best part about this flower headband is that it's crocheted all in one piece, so you don't even have to do any type of sewing. The designer of this pattern is My Free Crochet Blog. Really? There's no sewing involved? Okay, so you make this, you come. What a little genius. So you can do this all in one piece. Love it. Oh, make a headband, then make earrings. Love it. The next pattern, very last pattern, number 10, sunflower bouquet. A stunning sunflower bouquet is perfect any time of the year. Don't you think that it would look great on a table or a centerpiece? I bet you didn't know. Oh, I bet that you know someone whose favorite flower is the sunflower. They seem to be very popular choice, and this crochet sunflower pattern is no exception. The designer of this pattern is, let's see if I can pronounce her name. Croca, I can't pronounce it. Croca. Yeah, Croca website. Let's check this pattern out a little better. That is beautiful. Nice little bouquet. All right. So, guys, what are you currently working on right now? I'm going to hop into my email. And for anybody I didn't get to show last week, can you please send your pattern again just in case I missed it? All right, let me hop and see over. All right, now I'm ready to share my screen. Carrie, let's see what Carrie's working on. I got this beautiful Erin yarn. It's so thick and soft, but I have no idea what to make with it. Any suggestions? Okay, guys, in the comments, we're going to be giving Carrie some tips. Any suggestion? Ooh, that is luscious yarn. That's yarn I just want to put my face against and rub it. What should she make with this? I'm liking the granny square. When all else fails, granny square it up. That is beautiful. This is 100% acrylic yarn. Gorgeous. So guys, right now in the comments, any tips for Carrie? Help her out. Okay, we have Georgetta. Oh, Georgetta. This Oh, that was what sound just came out of my throat right there. That sounds crazy. But to do these loops is so time consuming, and this is gorgeous. I remember I made a crochet wig during these loops, and I just wanted to just run away and just toss it in the garbage. You did an amazing job. This is super cute. Oh, wow. Beautiful work. Ooh, I like. That is gorgeous. Is that one color yarn or did you use two? That has to be two yarns. That has to be. It's gorgeous. Okay, thank you. I was about to say, I hope there's a better angle. Oh man, this is knit. I'm in love. I'm in love with the braid that goes down the side. I'm in love with everything, just the whole angle of it. Thank you, my dear. Beautiful work. Thank you for sharing this with us, Georgetta. Oh, Leanne, as requested, I did want to see your magnificent work. The sweater pattern test for May Crochet, but cable design by me. Can't wait to see that. The dress pattern test for Kara Carnival. My work in progress right now is a knitted dress. So first, we're going to look at there's the cable design. That's you. There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, and it fits you so perfectly. Oh, nope. Not nope to the other one, but super yes to this dress. What stitch? That is gorgeous. I love the little wrap top. I want this. Okay, thank you. You knew I was going to ask, what does the stitch look like up close? You know me. Beautiful. Love you knitters. You knitters will put in some work with the itty bitty stitches and make magic happen. But this is gorgeous. All right, next. And thank you, Leanne. Wanda. Oh, you're in a hospital. Please, please feel better. Can only watch from phone. Won't let me comment. That's okay. Packed up some works in progress to help pass time. Working on a hexagon sweater for my 18-month-old granddaughter. Loving this piece. Well, thank you for joining us today, even though you're in a hospital. No, you get a cheers just for trying to join us, even though you couldn't get to your watch it anyplace else or comment. Ooh, got a little bug flying here. Beautiful ice yarns. If you want some great affordable yarns, ice yarns. As you can see, look, this is what she's making over here in the corner. Oh, it's so itty bitties. It's so tiny. I love the babies. Okay, let's see if I missed anybody else. Recollected goods. You and your hairpin lace. Be putting in work. Was that what you were? Oh, this glass is so gorgeous. Is this what you were working on when you were on your live stream? Gorgeous. It's just, ooh, you got to put them together. Join the bands, finally. Another one to you. Another one to you. My best buddy, Lori. This is going to be a bathing suit cover up by Evelyn and Peter. What is that called? I've seen this where it's a bunch of chains, but it's boop right in the middle, right there. Is that a specific stitch name? I don't remember, but I like it. It's pretty. It gives it more than it's a simple look, but it gives it something extra. Let's see if anybody else sent. We do. We got two more. Okay. Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Sorry about the pic. My phone isn't sending. Let's see. What's wrong with the pic? There's nothing wrong. Holy crochet. You got a whole family of crochet sweaters. Oh, you are the most awesome human being in the whole entire world. Ooh, that's a mercerized yarn. You know I love a yarn with a sheen. I love this. And great job. And great babies. Andy Anna, the zebra. How cute. Is that with the black yarn that's so impossible to do? That is super cute. Amigurumi. Did I miss anybody? All right. I think we get everybody. Let me refresh one more time just in case I'm missing anybody. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for sharing your work. I see we got a couple extra questions in there. Kelly says, I love to knit, but the arthritis is causing too much pain. Crochet is much easier on the hands. I found that I enjoy Tunisian crochet quite a lot, as is the best of both worlds. It is. I love the way Tunisian crochet doesn't look like crochet. I never do it because I'm a lazy crocheter, but I'll buy somebody else's who Tunisian crochet. And I love watching like Tony's TL Yarncraft, her YouTube videos with her Tunisian crochet. Mm, love it. Oh, you sent me an okay. We got one more picture and then we'll wrap it up. Let's see. Where is it at? I don't see it. You sent one more picture? No, nothing's coming through. I'll wait one more second and refresh. Okay, so we are going to wrap it up this time. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. And remember, please check me out next week where I'll have Karen V. Miguel on here, my CBFF, my crochet best friend forever. And we're going to be talking about all things yarn and crochet. All right, guys. I guess that's it. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.